Hi everybody, Allison here. I finally, if you remember my last video a few months ago, my yoga room in my new house wasn't set up. I finally have a yoga room to practice at home. I'm pumped. So you're joining me from my yoga room at home. It is like a really cold, snowy day in Omaha right before Christmas. So my goal today is to just move a little bit and have a quick, I think the theme of this time of year is like, I don't have time, I'm so busy. And as we know, that's often when we need yoga the most. So my sort of goal today is to just give you guys a quick-ish, well-rounded practice, a little bit of everything, get you moving, get you feeling good, especially for these days, the next couple of weeks coming up where it often feels like we don't have time. I'm a big believer, something is better than nothing. So all you need is your mat, maybe a block and a strap, and you should be good. And go ahead and come to child's pose when you're ready. Apologies if you can hear my space heater. Like I said, it's chilly here. And while I love these windows, it makes it not very warm, at least this time of year. So find your way to child's pose. I like my knees wide, like mat width, but whatever works for you. And just let your arms be soft and just start to take some big full deep breaths. And really breathe into the back body, back ribs, back lungs. And you connect right away, right? Especially when we don't have a ton of time. Just trying to get moving, a little bit of everything. So we'll see some seated pose work today, laying on our back, standing poses, a little side bend, back bend, twist action, hip action, just a little bit of everything. I like to call it a well-rounded or a potpourri style practice. Last few moments here. Walk your hands away from you, lift the underside of your arms up. Just take a few breaths here. And come up to your tippy fingers. And then inhale, lift your head and chest a little bit. Exhale, swing over to the left and stretch your right arm on the diagonal. A little side bend here. Really hook belly to left and fold over the left leg. Right hip will lift a little. That's okay. Take a few breaths here. Good, walk through center and swing over to the right. Same thing, stretch your left arm on the diagonal, crawl right fingertips back, big inhale. Exhale, hook your belly to the right and over the right leg you go, several breath cycles. And then come back through center and come to all fours, hands and knees. So set your hands up well. Yeah, spread your fingers wide, turn your hands out. And when you're ready, let's go right to down dog. So we don't have a ton of time. They say don't waste a lot of time, right? So just get right to it and move around a little bit here. This is my first down dog today, so I always like to spend a little time because it's pretty great. And then find stillness and really push the mat away with your hands. Lift your kneecaps up, firm the thighs. Breathe deeply. And then take a peek forward and just slowly walk to the top of your mat. Once you get up there, step the feet hip width or wider. Spread your toes, straight legs as much as you can. You can always put hands on blocks if you need. Release your head. Fold forward here, take a few breaths. Bring hands to hips, up you come. It's kind of lovely to see the snow out there, even though it's cold. All right, bring feet hip width. Arms by your sides, Tadasana. I want to warm up with just a few rounds of some sun salutation variations, just to get things moving and warm up, but also, you know, to kind of get the breath going with the movement. So we won't go fast to start, but we'll speed it up a bit as we go. Inhale, sweep arms up, look up. Exhale, fold forward, back to Uttanasana. Release your hands, release your head. And then on your inhale, hands to shins, look forward, half lift. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, and step back into a plank pose. So your shoulders are over the wrists. Really push the mat away, lift your belly. Then you decide if you need to lower the knees, otherwise shift forward, and let's slowly lower to the belly here this first round. Come to the tops of your feet, elbows back, inhale, lift up cobra. And then exhale, lower down, tuck your toes, and press back to downward facing dog. 3 breath cycles here. Next time you inhale, lift your heels high, look forward. And then bend your knees a lot. Exhale, fully step or hop. Feet to hands. Hands to shins. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. And inhale, sweep up, reach up. Exhale, arms down. Pause. Take a moment. Let's do it again. Surya Namaskar A. A little bit quicker. I'll give you some more options. Inhale, up you go. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step or hop back, plank pose. So you can lower to the belly and do cobra if you need to. Otherwise, inhale, shift. Exhale, lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay here and breathe. Next inhale, heels up, look forward. Bend your knees, exhale, step or hop, top of mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pause. Mountain pose, take a moment. Let's do one more round, Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or hop back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing. So you've always got the option to hop or not to hop. Sometimes I'm just not in a hopping mood. My body's not feeling it, but some days like today when I kind of want to warm up a little bit, it can be nice. Good, inhale, heels up, gaze forward. Bend your knees, exhale, step or hop. Inhale, Ardha, exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pause. So make sure your feet are together. Big toes touch, heels slightly apart. Bring your arms strongly by your side. And on your next inhale, reach arms up, bend your knees, and sit Utkatasana. So we'll just do a couple variations, Surya breathe. So inhale, lift your chest, and exhale, fold forward. Repeat Surya A here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hop or step back through your flow. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step the right foot between the hands. Let's lower the knee this first round. Inhale, reach arms up. So we're just warming up still here. Exhale, touch the floor. Step back down dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step left foot forward. Lower the back knee, up you go, reach up, inhale. Exhale, touch the floor. Step back down dog, take 3 breaths. Good, inhale, heels up, look forward, bend your knees, step or hop. Big toes together, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, repeat. Fierce pose, bend your knees, sit low, inhale, arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale, stand up, Tadasana, pause. Let's do one more variation. Surya Namaskar B. Bend your knees, sit low, arms up, Utkatasana, inhale. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, stepper, hop back, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step right foot. Keep the back heel lifted, and then reach the arms up, high lunge. Good, exhale, touch the floor. Step back, down dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step left foot. Keep back heel lifted. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, touch the floor, step back, down dog, stay here. So traditional Surya B is a warrior one, but warrior one's actually somewhat challenging. And I'm not against somewhat challenging, but some days I just want to do a high lunge, you know? Inhale, heels up, bend your knees, exhale, step or hop. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, sit low. Inhale, Utkatasana. This time, stay in Utkatasana, bring your hands down, and let your heels lift, and just come to a little squat. So you'll need to have your strap with you. See if you can stretch your arms forward and try to lower your butt to the floor, and then roll all the way to your back. So let's do a little bit more work with the legs and hips. So strap goes around the right foot. Supta Pada Musasana 1. So you can either work this pose with a bent left leg, or a little more challenging is to straighten your left leg. Really push up through the left foot. And notice I'm really trying to push left leg down. Right leg is straight, that's why I use the strap. Spread your right toes and press your right heel up. And just take a few full deep breaths here. Keep the strap in your right hand, slowly open right leg out to the side. Continue to push down into the left leg and steer belly to the left. So I'm really pushing down the left leg as well as left hand. Sharpen that right leg out to the side, spread right toes and press up through the right heel. Breathe a lot. Bring right leg up and switch. So left hand holds on. And just cross right leg to the left a few inches. Really try to turn that left leg in if you can. Oh boy. Yeah. This one gets me every time. I do this pose about every day. Still gets me. And then just gently start to bend right leg, just a tiny bit. And think about reach right sit bone away from you. Almost like you're going to turn your right leg out, just a tiny smidge. And then re-straighten the leg, but squeeze left leg in. Pull your belly to the right. Take a couple more big full deep breaths. Good, all right, bend left knee. Take the strap off and just pause, knees bent. And switch, put the strap around your left foot. Straighten left leg, and then decide what to do with the right leg, depending on what you did on first side. So if you are going to straighten right leg, like really go for it. Stretch out through the heel, push right leg down, spread the left toes and press up through the heel. Take a few breaths here. Hold the strap in left hand, put your right hand down, open left leg. So as I open, the work is really in the right leg, or a lot, right? So push right leg down, push right hand down, pull your belly to the right, and then you're trying your best to keep left leg straight out to the side. So you take some big breaths here. Firm legs, legs are in it, no doubt about it. Leg up, switch hands, and then cross left leg to the right, but turn the right leg in. That's just sort of essential here. Baby bend left knee, reach left sit bone away from your face, squeeze your inner thighs and then try to re-straighten the left leg. Oh yeah, breathe. Awesome. Release, bend your knees, you can set the strap to the side. Let's do one more thing here on our backs, get the belly fired up a little bit. So stretch your arms to the ceiling, palms face each other. And really what I want you to think about, like number one most important thing, is press the low belly down into the floor. Almost like you were doing a little tail tuck, posterior pelvic tilt with the pelvis. That tail tuck, posterior tilt allows you to push belly and lumbar spine down. So your goal is to keep your low back glued to the floor. And if you feel it pop up even a little bit, back off the movement until you can keep it glued down. So arms up, low back glued, bring your legs to 90 degrees. You can do hip width. And then notice, like the minute I pick my legs up, my low back wants to lift. So try to tuck tailbone under and push your lumbar spine into the floor. Big inhale. Keep low back down the whole time. Exhale, straighten left leg and stretch your right arm overhead. Bring your left arm by your side. So now really press down. Notice I'm hovering left leg. And then inhale, come to center. Exhale, switch. Straighten right leg, left arm overhead. Keep going. Nice and slow. In fact, slower is better, is harder. So as you slowly go side to side on your own, press your low back down. It shouldn't lift. If it does, you might need to lessen the movement, or you can like take out the arm movement, just do the leg. Maybe you don't straighten your leg. So make it work for you. This way, yeah. And I got talking, I got off. So just every exhale, switch. Inhale, center. Exhale, switch. Keep low back down, do a few more. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. And release. Woo-wee. Yeah, if that's done correctly, it can be an ab burner. All right, hug your knees and rock up and down the spine. Then once you rock all the way up, you don't really need your strap, but come back to that Malasana squat here. And then you can straighten your legs and step back downward facing dog. Make sure your block is off the top of your mat. Step your feet together. Inhale, lift your right leg up, 3-legged dog. Notice I didn't say lift your hip, just lift your leg. Exhale, bend your knee, step the right foot between your hands. Spin back, heel down, and come up to warrior 2. Just gonna do a few more standing poses here. Sit low in your leg. Spin your right palm up, inhale, reverse, left arm down, right arm up. Exhale, this is where you'll need the block. Reach for your block. Put it outside of your foot, right hand to block. Left arm up overhead, side angle. Stay here, breathe. Turn belly to the left. Push your outer right knee into the right arm. Look straight ahead, put your left hand on your hip. Flip your block tall outside of your ankle and slowly straighten your right leg into triangle pose. And continue to turn belly open to the left. Lift your knees from your thighs, stretch top arm straight up. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Great, look down, bend your knee, move the block, lower the knee. And then scoot your right foot to the right so both hands are inside. So some sort of lizard lunge shape here, just for a few breaths. Turn your right toes out 45 degrees at most, and spin your left fingers to the left. Put your right hand on your thigh, take an inhale, exhale, twist to the right. Get a little spinal rotation, one more breath. Good, undo, twist. Lift the knee and step back, downward facing dog. Re-spread the fingers, firm your arms and legs. Step feet together, inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step left foot between hands. Spin the back heel down and come up to warrior two. Side two, sit low in your thigh. Spin left palm up, inhale, reverse. Exhale, lean to the left, grab that block again, put it outside of your foot. Once you've got that settled, stretch your right arm up overhead. Notice right arm and right leg are so straight. Push outer left leg into left arm and turn your belly to the right. Put your right hand on your hip, look down. Flip your block tall and straighten your left leg. You might not need the tall block, but in my experience, most of us could stand to lengthen left sideways more, and a tall block's gonna help. Turn your belly to the right, stretch your top arm up. Trikonasana triangle pose. Lift kneecaps up, firm thighs. Good, look down, hands down, spin the back heel up, move the block. Lower the knee and scoot left foot to the left. Lizard lunge, 2 breaths. Turn your left toes out a little bit, turn your right fingers out, left hand to thigh, take a big inhale. Exhale, hook your belly to the left, twist. One more breath. Great. Undo your twist, hands down. Step back, down dog. Take a moment here. If you want the full dog cycle to sort of finish things off in our standing pose series, great. So you can shift forward, lower to the belly or chaturanga. Do your back bend, up dog, cobra, and then back to downward facing dog. However you want to get onto your back, so you can just lower the knees and swing through. You can sort of hop through. Move your block, move your strap, lay down with your knees bent. Set the feet up hip width distance and walk your heels back underneath your knees. Arms down by your sides. Inhale, up you go. Let's go right to a bridge pose. Interlace your hands underneath you. Palms together if you can. Tuck your shoulders in. So push down into the feet. Squeeze your buns. Lift your hips up. Tuck your shoulders more, and then think about moving chest to chin. Reach the kneecaps forward, squeeze your butt more, lift your hips more. 2 more breaths. Good, release. Cross your right ankle over the left thigh, figure 4. So pick up your legs, thread the right arm between the legs. You've got a strap if you can't hold your legs, and then pull. So nice hip stretch to sort of close things up here. So we wrap up our practice. You can see I like to rock a little side to side. This might be my favorite pose in the whole world. It's accessible for most people, and even if it's not, like I said, you can grab a strap, you can make it accessible. And it's like, we all need more hip stretching, right? Let's take a few more breaths here. Release, switch legs. Left ankle over right thigh. Same thing, but this time thread left arm between the legs. Pull in any amount. So some of you, can kind of pull a lot and get your legs close to you. Others of you, that won't be the case. That's okay. Pull as much as you're able. And again, you might like to rock side to side as I am doing. Just think it feels nice in the back of the pelvis, low back, as well as a nice hip stretch. So take some more breaths here. Release, put both feet down, and last but not least, hug your knees into your chest. So you've got a couple options here. We're now at the 24-minute mark, so we're under a half hour, which is pretty sweet. So you can either take a Shavasana, especially if you're feeling pretty depleted, or sometimes my vote, if you're like not feeling like you need a Shavasana, you'll probably need it. You could also just grab a seat and do a little sort of quiet meditation. I find the busier and more stressed out I am, the more time I actually need to sort of find quiet. The good news is the more you practice this stuff, you guys, it gets easier and it gets to be like less of a big deal. It's like not this like I must meditate. It's like I want to meditate. It makes a difference in my day. So just sitting for a few minutes in quiet is actually something you start to look forward to, and it starts to be less difficult. It's just like part of the practice. So set yourself up well if that's the case. And take just a minute or two here to either sit or lay in quiet. Trying to make sure the jaw, the face is soft. And just let the breath be steady and even. And sometimes we try to overcomplicate all this stuff, right? You don't have to do anything special with your breath. You can, there's tons of techniques. I can recommend books and I can recommend techniques. But there's also something to be said for just the simplicity of like, sit still and breathe and maybe allow that breath to be full and even. So sometimes if I'm here sort of breathing, I'm noticing it's shallow or maybe you're noticing like, oh, the inhale is shorter than the exhale or vice versa. It's like, maybe there's like a little sort of toggling to do there. Maybe you're just noticing there's a lot of jaw tension as you try to breathe. Relax. So I invite you to stay with this as long as you'd like. Do not rush, because an extra minute or two is not going to make or break you. In fact, you might think we don't have time for it, right? But in fact, it might make your day in like a good way. So thank you guys. See you soon.